It's quite neat, but there's also my wonky lines. So I feel like I don't have to be worried about it being not as loose as some art that I see that I kind of love, but this is loose for me, I think. Hi there, I'm Denise DeFara. Welcome to my channel. This video, I've got footage of making this painting. It's kind of number 3 out of a series of 4 of the same size boards, but you'll see later on that this one's taking quite a different direction to the first 2, which I was quite pleased about because there was things about the first 2 that I loved a lot, but I wanted to go in a new direction and I wasn't sure what that looked like. So I feel like this was a very special painting for me to make because I set up my own still life bits and pieces, and I even set my sketchbook up over there open against the wall just to get inspired by the colors really and the shapes, and I wasn't thinking that anything further would come from that. But what happened was I'd had quite a big week, and this session became like a meditation for me. I purposefully sketched the items loosely with a fine black pen and decided again to treat this as though it's a sketchbook page, kind of like be that relaxed about it. Don't worry about making whatever fine art, highbrow art, whatever. Make what would make me happy. And I think I've been dipping into still life a bit more as the weeks have been going by, and starting to fall a bit more in love with it as I go. And so gathering these things on the table or on the shelf here next to me, gathering things from around my home that I really love, was enjoyable, as well as then sitting down to spend time with them. And it just caused me to become so quiet and so present with myself. It was just the most lovely. It's the kind of painting sessions you sometimes you just crave, and you happen upon them often when you don't plan to or whatever you make. But making the space for it, I guess, is important. And so I kind of had been wanting to create things all that week, and this was Friday, I think almost Friday afternoon. So it was taking me all week to get here to this quiet place. And so I just loved it so much. I had a lot longer video playing for you, but I thought, look, it's one thing for me to be excited about this quiet, long painting session, but it might have been just a bit too long to watch. So this video, it still is a sort of nearly half an hour one, but I hope that you enjoy it. You might fast forward if you don't want to watch all of the process, the quiet process, but I thought I would put some music on next, and I hope you enjoy it, or maybe you're at your art table making something along with me. That's a nice thing to do if you feel like you need company. So yeah, thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoy it. Bye. I've decided to come back to these other two squares that are the same size as these other two finished pieces, and they're taking off in a bit of a different direction, but I've just decided to bring these two finished pieces back in to help me just have a look. What do I want to do? What direction do I want to take? Because if you might remember, if you've been following along, the still life here, I decided I got annoyed that it felt too neat. So this is also I don't know how much of this to leave as I've got it. I'm quite loving the fine black line work, and so I'm happy for that to still be in pieces of the painting. But I'm just, with having the real things over here, will I bring in the pink of that little bottle in the middle because it's quite different, but it's really good to have differences? Or will I defer to that palette there and keep it more quiet? That's sort of some of the questions that are coming up for me. And I was wondering, will I go with gouache? So far I've been using some ink and some fluids that allow for some more light to come through, like these coloured glass vessels, which I really love. And then putting a piece of art on the table, which is one of my, a picture of one of my paintings. So I'm enjoying watching some other still life artists putting paintings in their work, and you'll see that I've done that too. I put Matisse paintings in my work, but it would be fun to try and put some of my own work in the painting sometimes, because then they become more mine than another's. So in whatever I make that mean. But just trying to be guided quietly, gently, and I'm listening to a lovely story as I paint. And I've had a rough week of inner critic, just sort of taking up a lot of space, of concern about how I do things wrong, like my business is blah blah blah, just blah blah blah, just hounding. And so this has been such a lovely, gentle thing to discover this afternoon, just bringing myself to this. It's a rainy day out today, a bit gloomy, so I've got a light on in here, and oh, here it is. It's one of these kind of, let's show you, kind of one of those big lights. It's kind of cool, cold-ish, but I think it's daylight. I ordered a daylight bulb, I think, when I bought it. And I just wanted to say hi and show you the progress of this one. Sorry to move this all around. Oh, I had such a breakthrough with this yesterday by making it. It felt so lovely. So now what I want to do is, I think I'm just going to do some stripes on the tablecloth, and I want to do them with a crayon. And so I could use the Neocolor too, and then I have to be careful about sealing it. But that's possible. It's definitely possible. On my thing over here, I have gingham, but I just feel like that's just way too complicated for me to go into at the moment. I don't think I feel like doing that. I've been doing a little bit of sort of using a pencil to make these marks over here. So I need to seal those and have them sealed in. But and the other thing I'm thinking of is it feeling a little bit too cool? So I did use a little bit of a warmer white on the table. Like I've discussed before, that warm is meant to come forward, cool is meant to go back. So I'm kind of consciously trying to, and I've got this kind of other marks coming in on the wall with that bluey tinge, which I think I need to leave because I love the interest that they bring. And so yeah, I'm having the best time working on this one. And so yeah, it's quite neat, but there's also my wonky lines. So I feel like I don't have to be worried about it being not as loose as some art that I see that I kind of love, but this is loose for me, I think. Oh, so here's a tip. When you have tiny little pieces of collage and you haven't stuck them down yet, try not to do a whole new piece of the painting and then wipe it all off with wet cloths and lose your little collage pieces. There you go, just a tip for you. I have lost that little teapot. Now I've got to find it again. I do not know where it is right now. It's somewhere in this. Yes. I found them. They were underneath on a notebook, all in little, found them. But I just wanted to say, I tried the two different crayons, Prussian blue and ultramarine, and they went really smooth and quite nice on this cardboard. But when I went to do them on the painting, I was holding the ruler up to do the lines so that I could get them fairly straight, but not running the crayon along the ruler. But they just didn't come out well enough or free enough. And so I feel like really it's going to maybe be better if I can paint them. It's often easier at first to do a crayon, but then, as I've talked to you before about sealing the crayon, can then make a mess as well. So I guess I could try pencil. But pencil's a bit new too, but I'm quite enjoying. See, these are all pencil line in these, but I haven't tried to seal them yet. So that'll be interesting. Another tip in regards to this, if you're going to put the work up for sale, it's better if you will seal these pieces in the way that you're going to seal them before you photograph and say they're for sale, because sometimes with these pencils, when you touch them with a wet medium like a sealer or something, they really change a lot, and they won't look the same as maybe when you photographed them before. So this is before, and the pencil lines are kind of loose and interesting. A spray varnish would also then probably help. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that, and I'll show you after I've sealed them and see if they changed a bit. It'll be interesting to see. Only because, you know, when you have something for sale and then when people get to see it, they go, oh, but this is different from the photo. And if that's a problem for them, it becomes a problem for you, and you don't want that kind of problem. I've just put some finishing touches. I put some pencil lines and redid the tablecloth. It was just going to be partly a tablecloth and partly not, but these lines on this side turned out so well, I thought, oh, let's just take them all the way across. I like how they work. And I wanted to show you all the details. These have been sealed now, these vases, and I love that these two are from our Japan trip. They are made in Japan, and so that's lovely, because I'd been meaning to put some of the vessels that I bought into my artwork and I hadn't got really around to it. And I've popped this painting into its frame, just sitting in it at the moment. I haven't put it fully, but I'm so thrilled with this painting. It's a breakthrough piece for me, I think. I've allowed some things to happen in this that feel refreshing to me, including putting pieces of my own art into the work, which I've started to do a little bit more, making a little shelf at the back there and putting my sketchbook, because there was this gap, there was a space, and it just was so natural to continue the still life I'd sort of had set up, which I might have mentioned earlier. But anyway, as you can see, I'm very excited about this. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed the video.
I thought I'd come and see where's Aura, and she has tucked herself in here in our bedroom where she normally sleeps at night, and so I don't think we're going to see her face this time. She's snuggled in there fast asleep, and as her hearing's deteriorated, she's not even hearing me or stirring, so bless her.